a lot of people think that they sacrifice children and drink their adrenochrome out on fucking, What did you see at Bohemian Grove?
This is the Violent Professional Podcast.
Okay. And Christy knows that we're doing this, so she knows to be quiet.
Yeah, tell her to shut the fuck up.
That's right. She's at work right now making money, but rent, but you shut the fuck up.
Dude, like people it's funny the difference between Washington and here, and like people are like straight up lighting fireworks out of their buttholes as they walk into Walmart, and like in fucking Washington it's like, oh no, you can't fucking do that. Like, so stupid. You got to go out to like the reservation or some shit.
Yeah, people fucking
sucks.
We had this heat wave here, and it like freaked everybody out. Hey, so since we haven't started yet, give me 2 seconds.
Oh, we totally have. We're recording for 5 minutes now, dude.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, what do you got to do? What do you got to do?
No, it's gonna take me fucking 5 seconds. But the asshole at 7-Eleven gave me pouches instead of long cut, so I got to run out to my car and get the rest of the long cut I have.
Oh, okay. That's
and
fine.
Then tomorrow.
That's fine.
Tomorrow I'm gonna have to go back to 7-Eleven and get fucking long cut.
You're gonna have to punch Habib in the fucking face.
Dude,
take a big fat dipper and like spit in his mouth.
No, dude, I even stood up for the girl too, because when I walked in there, apparently 7-Eleven you can like order ahead on the app now.
Okay.
Yeah, 7-Eleven.
You have to be even lazier to go into 7-Eleven.
Yeah. So this girl and like her friends who were clearly under 21, like ordered on the app. And I walked in kind of at the very beginning, but the clerk was asking them like, hey, like, can I see your ID? Because they, 4th of July, they had like all these white claws and all this other shit. And the girl was like, well, why don't you give me my ID? I ordered on the app. She's like, well, you absolutely did, but all that does is it makes it ready behind the counter. Yeah. You still have to confirm that you're 21 because it's alcohol. And she's like, the whole point of the app is to make it convenient, and you're making it inconvenient.
My God, convenience. People suck, dude. People fucking suck dicks.
Dude, gave this poor girl the hardest time. So, like, I'm standing there with my 6-pack of tall boys, and I was just like, yo, lady, just give your ID. Let's move the line. You don't have to fucking talk. What are you talking to me like that for? You don't fucking know me. You don't get to talk to. And I'm like, wow, like
entitled fucking cunt, dude.
I'm like, listen, like she just needs you right. Like it's all good. Like, and she was just like, man, just fuck this shit. Just give me everything but the alcohol. We'll go somewhere that cares about its customers and blah 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 blah. So
well, she's probably underage.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They didn't look a day over fucking 18. And so I'm like, I stood up for the 7-Eleven clerk, and she gave me the wrong fucking Copenhagen.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
Man, fuck all those hoes.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Go get your shit, dude.
No.
You got it?
I've had my shit for the last 3 minutes. I was telling that story.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, hey, you good to go? You ready for the long haul?
Yeah.
After about 20 minutes of fucking like setting this whole thing up, like on the phone, trying to get the audio levels. I don't even know if this is going to be correct afterwards, but I'm hoping. I'm living on a prayer, like Bon Jovi said. Your favorite band ever, next to Nickelback.
Oh man, I saw the Nickelback shit, and I love you, but I completely disagree.
What are you talking about?
Nickelback is horrible.
Why are you saying that?
Because it's fucking 4-beat manufactured garbage.
And
nothing. Yes, it sold a lot, but that doesn't mean I have to fucking like it.
Okay, what do you gauge the metrics on on what deems the best band in the world?
I guess it's all personal, right? Because music is art, so it's there is no metric. It's all personal. It's what jives for you.
Well,
Like
it was success is based on money, right? Like,
well,
Chad Kroger has the most money ever.
I'm not saying that they weren't successful. I'm just saying that I fucking don't like them. My personal opinion is that they fucking suck.
What's the best band ever then?
I don't think that I could answer that.
Is there the best band ever?
No, because music music is too vast. There's too many genres. There's too many different types of music, and the talent that it takes to play one type of music is completely different than what it takes to play another type or genre of music.
Exactly. No one else is willing or able to play Nickelback, so therefore they're better than everyone.
I mean, okay, if you're talking like numbers and sales, okay, fine, yeah, but
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, well then I wouldn't argue with that at all. But would I crack some beers and listen to their music? Fuck no.
Because guess what?
What?
I'm through with standing in line. The clubs I'll never get in.
Have you seen the YouTube video somebody made? It's like 5 seconds long, and it's whatever their lead singer's name is. Fucking
Chad Kroger. How dare you?
Dak Shepard looking motherfucker, and he goes, look at this graph, and he's holding a line graph.
Look at this graph. Did you see my video I made of look at this photograph? I think he was holding up a black photograph, and it was during the BLM shit.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, dude, it made I had to delete it eventually because of all the fucking comments. Like, holy fuck, this thing has 13,000 likes, and like everybody was blowing up my DM, and I was like, God damn it, I just want to get on with my fucking day. I should have left it though. It was fucking great. I was like, it was the video though, and I took like an hour to do this, and I fucking like took the edges and made the video where he's like holding up, look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh, and it's like just a black square when everybody was doing the black square shit.
I do remember that.
Oh yep. My God. That was, I was like, oh, this is what fame looks like.
You finally made it.
Yeah, I made it.
Not Nickelback made it, but you made it.
I always thought about like this, like you make a meme and then say someone makes a meme and they go viral based on it. And like, say it's like that situation. I make that meme. It goes viral, and then I get sued by Nickelback because I used their likeness in a fucking meme. That'd be fucking crazy, dude. I'm like, God damn it, this didn't work out like I planned.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, they probably would too. They're all about the money.
Oh, dude, yeah.
They like their money, you know. To be fair, my favorite expression for whenever I have to leave any situation, and whether I'm in a store or I'm hanging out with my friends, anytime I leave, I do like to say I have to bounce out of here like a beach ball at a Nickelback concert. So classic
escape mode, dude.
You know, yeah, man, we got to bounce like a beach ball at a Nickelback concert.
Yeah. You got that from Hot Rod, didn't you?
No. Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay. Well, they stole it from fucking Hot Rod.
Was that in Hot Rod?
I don't know. Why don't we tell people who you are, because we've been going on about Nickelback for the fucking past 10 minutes.
Well, Nickelback's the absolute garbage of society, so it needs to be talked about.
They may have accomplished more than both of us have ever accomplished in our entire fucking lives.
And probably ever will, but that doesn't make them good.
You know, they're through with standing in lines. I'm also through with that.
I appreciate that, but just because you've been successful at something doesn't mean Enron made a ton of money.
They did. So did Bernie Madoff. He was very successful.
Yeah, doesn't make those people or entities good. So
yeah, it's debatable.
You know, Nickelback was successful, but I am not going to stand up on the Violent Professional podcast and say they were good. You're just not going to get it from me.
Well, get ready, because upcoming episodes you're going to hear all about how fucking awesome they are. Anyway, I'm super happy to finally have fucking Logan from Ping Pong Tactical. I've been talking about his fucking Kydex, his weed rolling trays for fucking ever. It's the same ad every time. I'm just like, you got a weed rolling tray, man? It'd be much cooler if you did, man. Because those are recorded, but. So anyway, Logan, this is Logan. How are you doing, buddy?
That's me, man. I'm good, and I'm happy to talk about things not Kydex related. I'm happy to talk about things Kydex.
Well, we're gonna talk about Kydex because that's like on my list of things to talk about how you got into it and whatnot. And people that are listeners, obviously, like if you've heard any episodes, I talk about all kinds of shit. So we're gonna talk about your fucking holsters.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
My first question for you, Logan, is tell us about Ping Pong Tactical and how you started and what is Ping Pong Tactical?
Okay, well, Ping Pong Tactical is just your, locally sourced, homegrown, down-to-earth small business manufacturing the finest and most premium holsters using a thermoplastic material.
Sounds space age.
That's right. It's manufactured by a company named Kydex. We'll get really scientific and snobby here.
Is literally where you source your stuff from Kydex, and that's it. It's not like it's actually called Kydex. Like I know nothing about it, so I just know that I have a holster. I put my gun in it. Is it Kydex like the company, or can you get it from other places?
Well, so it's like Kleenex and tissues, right?
So it's just a generic term.
So yeah, so the actual like material would be thermoplastic.
Okay. Yeah.
But the company that manufactures it is called Kydex. And yes, there are a handful of thermoplastic manufacturers out there. We deal not exclusively, but almost exclusively with Kydex. There is some things that we do that require material not made by Kydex. When you look at like your carbon fiber prints and stuff like that. But yeah, for the most part, it's all Kydex. So it's just the classic, hey, hand me that Kleenex, but could be made by, fucking, jack off brand tissues. Who knows?
Yeah, it's like 3D printing has generic and mainstream, like different kinds of PLA or whatever, but it's all like the same fucking shit, just different brands.
Right. So that's all we do. We take thermoplastic and you get it really hot and it becomes pliable, and you suck it down using a vacuum over a mold. In our case, a mold of a gun.
Yeah, yeah.
And then as it cools, it hardens, and you get that shape, and you get to cutting and folding and drilling and
sick.
And then 2 to 4 weeks later, you got a cool holster in the mail.
2 to 4 weeks? Is that how you gotta cure it? You gotta cure it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's got nothing to do with our backlog.
Oh, okay. So you just have a lot of business going on.
Yeah. The whole process from start to finish, we can make a holster in about. Obviously, we batch shit, right? So we don't just make one at a time. But if we would actually do just one from start to finish, the whole process, we could probably have a holster cranked out in about 10 minutes.
Oh wow, that's quick.
Yeah.
But you have so much business that it's just taken forever.
Yeah, and we don't have to get into politics and all that.
Yeah,
but given the current climate right now, everybody is buying anything firearm related. So
absolutely, yeah. It's been good for business, essentially.
Yeah, it's been amazing for business, and being on a public platform, it would behoove me to say that we appreciate it all, and
yeah,
especially the patience that most of our customers have shown.
Yeah, dude. We have talked, and we don't have to get into too much detail, but we have talked in great depth about customers that are just the
Extensively.
fucking worst. It's like
100%.
and I don't want to talk about like my past with customers and other shit I do, but like there are like some people that you cannot satisfy no matter what you do. You'd be like, oh, sorry for this little fucking thing. Sorry for the shipping delay. Like, I'm sorry I didn't ship your stuff within a fucking minute of you ordering. Like, where's my shit, bro? You know, like I've told you about when people say bro to me, I'm like, instantly I fucking get angry about it. Like you could be like, hey man, sorry for the 2-minute delay on your order. I'll give you $100 and 5 free holsters, and they'll still be fucking mad. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, like I don't want to call anybody out here because
no reason to.
I appreciate every customer I've ever had, and I'm the first one to admit, you know, I've had you know my background. My background's not in business. So in the 2.5 years I've been doing this, I've had a very extensive learning curve. So I've done a lot of shit wrong, and I've done people dirty, and I've done everything I can to make it right.
Yeah, you try to limit the amount because it's like impossible to not have hiccups and things where you're kind of like maybe trying to like get orders out so you maybe don't like do everything as to the most the most effective way, and I wouldn't say cut corners, but it's like you got to just get orders out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's been times too where I've had dudes wait 3 months for a holster, you know, and I will completely refund that person, and then they will still create issue with, hey, after a total full refund and a promise that I'm shipping your holster, it didn't go out within your expectations.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that's like super frustrating. But what's even more frustrating is those are the guys that take to Facebook or Instagram
and just thrash you,
section, and they just bash you, man.
Yeah.
You know,
I've told you about the Russian click farm shit that somebody paid to give me 100 bad reviews in 5 minutes, and I didn't even know it was happening. Somebody told me, they're like, hey bro, like what's going on your page? And I'm like, what? And I went on Facebook and I was like, what the fuck? And it was just like one after the other of all of these fucking people that could barely speak English talking about my company, how it fucking sucks, how I fucked everybody over. I'm like, what is even going on? And it took a little bit of research to find out that this is actually a service you can pay for to fuck over a company.
So since the last time we talked about that, I think it's developed so much now. I actually get like phone calls or emails from vendors and people. There's services now out there that it's such like a prolific problem that there are services out there that combat that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like I'm getting ready to do this whole like Google advertising thing and keyword. It would bore everybody, but there's services out there like, hey, before you do any of that, talk to us, because if you're not protected, like you just said, all this click farm stuff, they're just going to totally burn through your monthly revenue.
Yeah, bro.
And you're going to get zero engagement, zero sales, nothing.
Yeah, dude, that's the one thing. Like I was talking about reviews where they went after, but I completely forgot that was something that has happened multiple times with me, where like I would put an ad set on, and then all of a sudden I would get a notification like within the ad would be running, like the standard fucking ad set running for months on end, and then all of a sudden it's like one day it's like you just burned through $1,000 worth of ads, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you go on there and it's like just people clicking the button, following, unfollowing, clicking the button, unfollowing, following, like and like that's a dirty ass tactic. But your competitors will employ those people because they can't win normally. Like they can't compete against you in a fair market. They have to fucking go to sabotage, basically.
Well, and it's like it's a shitty thing to do, but I also totally get it, because especially like in the industry that you were in, and then in the industry that I'm in, there's so many competitors.
Oh, yeah.
Like at my last count, I think there was like 2,500 like Kydex people
That's
in
fucking crazy, dude.
In America alone. And like most of them, don't get me wrong, they're like working in their garage and they just have an Instagram.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do like eBay.
They're just trying to make a living.
Yeah. Well, and they have like full-time jobs or something. It's a side hustle or whatever. They want to make a couple bucks, go to Cabo, do whatever.
Yep.
But like there's so much competition that in order to like do it full time the way I'm doing it and actually, make a living, you have to have a humongous advertising budget. I mean, because advertising is the only way. You have to do advertising. And so if you're a big competitor and you see someone else is coming into the space with the financial resources to advertise at your level, what are you going to do? You either got to knock them out or because at the end of the day, especially for me, Kydex is Kydex, man. There's only so many ways that you can like cut and shape a holster. At the end of the day, we're all buying the same material from the same people and essentially doing the same thing.
So what edges you? What do you feel? Because you've been successful, right? Like in your own right, and you continue to grow. So what do you feel? Living in your skin, owning your business, what do you feel has contributed to your success so far?
I don't want to be sappy here or anything, but it's people like you.
Okay.
So I've always said, like, I moved up from California, 2.5, almost 3 years ago now. And that's what I was doing. I was doing it as like a side gig in my garage. And I moved up to this area and it just happened to be like a hotbed of companies, and I won't name any names or put anybody out there.
Yep.
But there's just some really big name companies that I just by pure fucking luck, man, just stumbled into meeting these guys and got in with them. My buddy Ryan hit me up one day out of the blue and was like, "Hey man, and I don't know if you want me talking about task dev and all that, but
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I got over like there was when I used to not talk about task dev on the podcast, it was because there were some other influences within the organization that really like what we were trying to do with it, and they thought the podcast would be detrimental to it, but it is what it is at this point. No one really gives a fuck if I'm talking about it. And in fact, like on the past few episodes, I've brought it up, so it's all good.
So like my buddy Ryan, who is kind of like, I don't know extensively, but he followed the gun team and all that. He hit me up out of the blue one day and was like, "Hey dude, like, this nonprofit's looking for a Kydex dude or a holster guy to come talk at their concealed applications course."
Oh yeah, that was with Jacob. Yeah.
Yep. So I didn't know if we wanted.
That was when we met.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was
so
like, I think when I was like looking at your shit, I was like, "Oh, that's cool, donut holster. That's fucking awesome."
Yeah, so I reached out. I didn't know, like, I couldn't figure out like the structure of everything, so I just reached out to like the Aries Clothing Instagram, and was just like, "Hey, I'm this guy. This is what I do." So that's how I got linked up with you and those guys. So it's literally like, don't get me wrong, I have almost, say, probably about 6.5 years of experience in building holsters and doing this. And I've been doing it professionally since I moved up here. So a little over 2.5 now. So I definitely have the knowledge and the experience to make a good product. And I believe in my product. I stand by it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that like I'm better than everybody else. There are some really good top tier companies out there doing it just as good as I am. What makes you successful in such a saturated market with so much competition is, one, yes, obviously your ability to advertise, but two, it's connections, man. It's knowing people, it's knowing the right people.
Yeah.
And treating those people well.
and you know what else? You know what else it is? You know what else it is?
I'm scared, but give it to me.
Dude, this is you gotta roll with me on these segues, dude.
Okay, sorry. What is it, Mike?
No, tell me what it is. No, I want to talk. Before I go on a segue, because I looked at the fucking page and I was like, you know what else it is? Because I have something I want to talk about. We talked about it earlier when I was driving and I was like, hey, give me 20 minutes to get back to my house. 3 hours later, it was about my food consumption. But you know, I've been watching your TikTok, dude.
Yeah.
Talk about TikTok, because this blew me the fuck away when I found out that you were doing TikTok. I did it, and my TikTok is not as successful as yours. And like, you fucking just like, you literally have. I'm not going to be a dick here. I'm not trying to be a dick when I say this, but you do the same thing. You do like, and I don't think, from what I know, you don't handle this, but you show how to make a holster, and it's the same thing. And you're like showing these cool holsters that you make, like this red one or this donut one or whatever, and people fucking love it.
Yeah,
which is the craziest thing. What's your number one video of you making a holster?
I mean,
how many views did you get? It's like 3 million or something like that.
Yeah, I think our most watch is like 3.3 million or something. Like, I can look right now.
And you got that like in 24 hours or something ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was like when we were hanging out, when I had that flat tire coming over to Arkansas, and you're like, TikTok's out of control. I was like, what happened? I thought it was chicks dancing, dude.
No. Yeah.
So I go on there to dance, or I go on there to dance. I go on there to jerk off to chicks dancing and flapping their buttholes. Like, but then you're on there, man. And I totally like, when you said you were on TikTok, I was like, there's no way that's gonna hit. Because like, why the fuck people only go on there that are 45 years old, that have mustaches and a horseshoe hairstyle? Like, why the fuck did they not shave off the rest of their hair, and they've got horseshoe fucking hairstyle, mustache, completely manicured, and they're jerking off to like young chicks fucking dancing to TikTok songs? But you're on there fucking making holsters, and everybody's like, fuck yeah. I don't get it. So tell the people how you fucking made it on TikTok. I don't get it, because I put a video of my dog with no teeth. Like, my dog lost her teeth over the week, and I have no idea how that happened. And everybody's like, no, fuck that. Like, what? That's way super interesting. Anyway, continue.
So here's the thing. I'm not a social media expert. You know that. And we've talked about this, I don't know, probably the amount of phone calls we've had, we've probably talked about this cumulative, like 15 hours worth.
Do you want to get into what you did with the other? I'm not going to even say what it's about, but the experiment that you did. You had millions of followers on fucking Instagram from doing.
No, I didn't have millions.
What did you have?
It was like 62,000.
Like, quick.
In a month.
Quick, dude.
In a month. Yeah.
No, like, if you want to talk about that, we could, but let's talk about your TikTok first.
Well, so I'll just say this. I like, there's like, I'm not going to give away the secrets, because that was a very specific formula.
Oh my God. On a bet too. Like, on a fucking bet.
if you want to get a lot of followers really fast, just repost pictures of hot girls. It's just that simple.
That's a very short version of what he did.
Like,
but...
it's just that simple. But you also, like,
be prepared to see a lot of fucking Middle East penises in your DMs.
The DMs are not going to be good to you.
Oh my God, bro.
It's a really like evil and fucked up thing.
So I'm just gonna gloss over. I'm just gonna fucking talk about this real quick.
All right, you do that. You did that while I grab a beer.
Okay, so essentially Logan was like, he had a bet with somebody, and he's like, I know what the key to fucking social media is. It's making a profile where you show chicks' asses all the time. And somebody was like, the person he was having a bet with was like, no fucking way. That's not, like chicks are hot, whatever. And then he's like, no, I'll prove it to you. Let me make a profile where I post nothing but chicks' asses and I'll get fucking like thousands of followers. So he started doing it and posting. He started ripping off photos on fucking social media profiles and posting like, are you there?
Yeah, no, I'm
okay.
Here.
So what you got like hashtags that were like hot chick or fucking ass or whatever, hashtag ass, and posting those and like looking at what people are posting on all those other profiles of hot chicks, just posting them. And how many fucking followers did you get?
Yeah, it was I don't remember. The account's been deleted for anybody wanting to go see it. I want to say it was like in the neighborhood of 62K after a month's not fair. It was almost 2 months. It was like 62K.
Yeah, for free too, which is so fucking crazy.
Yep.
Now, what did you bet for this? You said I bet that I could do this.
It was a monetary value, but I really don't. It wasn't much. Dude, it was like $100.
I bet you $1.
No, it was like $100, but it wasn't worth the amount. Because like, here's the thing. Okay, fine.
Better question. How many dicks did you see over the course of those 2 months in your DMs?
Not as many as I saw when I was working in the prison. I'll just put it that way.
Well, and the reason is because you didn't open those DMs. Let's be real honest.
Well, no, but here's the problem though, is that what people don't realize. No,
hold on. Don't say this is the problem. It's all the problem. All of it's the problem. Every bit of what we're talking about is the problem. All you have to do is a hot chick and you get fucking followers. Don't think you're let's be real. Don't think you're fucking special and be like, oh, buy my fit tee. I made it. I'm successful. No, you have a vagina. No one else fucking cares. Like, you have no fucking skills. You literally just grew with a fucking double X chromosome, if that's what it is. I don't even know. But that's all you did. You literally have no personality and no skills. You could not build a birdhouse if you wanted to. Like, God damn it. You can't build a birdhouse, but you sure as hell could show your vagina on fucking Instagram and be like, I did it. I am successful. Shut the fuck up. You suck ass. Anyway, continuing on.
Well, so what I would say is, the problem with not opening DMs. So, and I'm sure one of your listeners is like an Instagram guru, and they're going to come back at me and be like, "No, you're fucking full of shit."
No, I literally, all of my listeners literally have no skills.
Yeah, well,
that's why they listen to me. They're like, "This guy sounds like he knows everything."
Well,
he's got it going on.
Well, then tell them to come follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, go follow him on TikTok. He does TikTok dances.
I'll teach him how to build a holster, and then they'll have a skill.
Logan builds holsters and then does TikTok dances where he does lip sync to random people's things that aren't that funny, but he gets millions of followers. They're like, "Oh my God, you're so clever. It has nothing to do with the fact that I want to fuck your mouth."
So what I was saying, Jesus fucking fuck.
Hey, this is what this podcast is. It's really the only difference is I have somebody that's on a phone line with me as opposed to me just being by myself in a fucking room.
No, I'm glad to call. I'm glad to call in and be here for the ride that is the Violent Professional Podcast. I love it. But and all the research I did and the actual application of it proved to me that it works. So you talk about like engagement and stuff on these social media platforms, and engagement is what drives that algorithm and puts you out there. So if you're not doing paid advertisement, you need really high engagement rates on your content in order to keep showing up on that homepage or the For You or whatever the fuck it may be, whatever platform you're on. In order for people to see your content organically and for free, you have to have really high engagement rates, because that tells the algorithm, hey, this is what people want to see. So we're going to keep showing it.
Basically what I understand about is within the first hour, you have to have people comment on it. So you have to do like an engagement of, hey, comment below if you blah, blah, blah. If you like Logan doing TikTok dances. And then you have to respond to every message for that first hour. And then
So that's the problem is DMs. 100%, at least in my experience and research, totally help drive engagements. So if somebody sends you a DM, you have to open that shit.
And you got to see all the dicks.
So, so that's the fucking problem. And so then here's the other problem, right? Is, okay, cool, fun experiment, you win a bet. But like you and I talked about when I told you I was doing this thing, there's no way to monetize it.
There is, but
how do you monetize? Because
you have to do fit tees. You have to have affiliate marketing attached to it. You gotta be like, join my OnlyFans, and then they show up, and then you're spreading your butt cheeks on fucking TikTok or on OnlyFans, and then some of them will stay. Because it's Logan spreading his butt cheeks,
Dude,
and they call you Mike Honcho.
When you can't put my name out there. When
we already said you already said name. I literally have your name written on the fucking pad.
I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm not spreading cheeks.
Literally, my ad that I'm gonna put on this episode says, "Just ask Logan for Big Buck Tactical." Get the fuck out of here, dude.
So that's the genius, though, with these girls that are getting this huge following on Instagram, is they're able to monetize it through platforms like OnlyFans. So, like, hey, man, I got mad respect for that.
You should start OnlyFans where you make holsters and you're like, oh, yeah, you like that? As you do like the heat press, and you're just like pressing down the fucking Kydex, and it's totally non-sexual, but you say things like, oh, you like when it gets real hot? Oh, yeah. So fucking hot.
I bet that's enough of a niche market where I probably could get 10 to 20 people a month to subscribe to that.
You got like a bunch of like fat dudes from like fucking the South that are like rubbing their fucking belly button go, oh, yeah, show me how you make that Kydex.
I'm an operator.
Oh, fucking press it. As they're wearing night vision goggles.
Jeez, man. Yeah, so it's so if you want to get back to the TikTok stuff.
Oh, I love to. We're only like fucking two lines into this notepad. Shit, I've got fucking 10 things to talk about.
I'm with it. So the third, so what I was kind of saying before is, full disclosure, I don't really do any of the social media stuff. Like if you're trying to get a hold of me directly, social media is not the way to do it. But the people running the social media can help you out. I'm not like this ginormous company, so I've got one employee full time that works for me, and her title would be administrative assistant.
Is that the when I bought my tires? That her. Who came out and helped me out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor's awesome.
Yeah,
I had to drive her car.
Yeah, she's getting better at that. She drives me places.
Oh, sweet! Yeah. You have a driver. You're fancy, dude. Look how successful you are,
dude. I make her wear a hat and everything. It's fucking awesome.
What kind of hat?
I'd like the chauffeur
Is it a white pointy one?
Yeah, it is actually. It's got the eyes cut out in it too. But yeah,
fucking crazy, dude. See, holsters and guns are all about the alt-right, bro.
Dude, hey, you're the one in Arkansas. Or
yeah, actually,
am I supposed to say that?
I am in Arkansas. I talk about it all the time. I think I have an episode where I talk about how this is the birthplace of the KKK, and they still like the headquarters is still here. It's fucking crazy.
Do they give tours or?
Dude, I went up to this town called Harrison, and they have billboards about fucking how white privilege is just another sign of white genocide. I'm like, holy fuck, they can do that?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro.
What a fucking
dude. This state is fucking wonderful. I love it. Every down to my bones, I love this fucking state. But there are some fucking things here that are just so fucking 100 years ago. They're just like, holy shit. Like, this is fucking bananas. Like, people still act this way. And it's weird because where I live, it's very, like, modern, right? But you go, like, literally 30 minutes and there's people living in the middle of fucking nowhere in a house that looks too creepy for Pennywise.
Dude, that is so next level.
It's fucking crazy, bro. And it's literally like 30 minutes away. Where like when I was in Washington, 30 minutes, you're in like the middle of like the most scenic Narnia looking place, and there's no houses. Like here, you may not be white enough to even go there. You know what I mean? Like it's like holy fuck. And they said like. I always think, like, when I'm driving through these places to go to, like, certain places you can hike, I'm like, God damn it, I hope I don't run into a spike strip, and then they, like, in 30 minutes, I'm, like, a skin suit. You know what I mean?
Dude, that is just so wild to me that exists.
It's, like, it's one of the things, like, I'm like, how does this fucking exist? Like, literally, Arkansas is pretty diverse, too, like, especially in the town, like Fort Smith, like where I'm near, I'm like 15 minutes away from it. It's a pretty diverse place. And then 15 minutes the other way, it's like, holy fuck, bro. These people, dude.
It's wild to me, man. Jeez.
Yeah, and no one knows about it. No one even thinks about Arkansas. Like they're
right.
And what do you think when you think of Arkansas, just off the top of your head? And I'll tell you what I thought.
I mean, honestly, and maybe this is just because I'm like a woke former Californian, but I think of the KKK.
You do?
I do. Yeah, 100%.
I'm trying to think where
I'm not just saying
I thought
that
Georgia. I thought Georgia, which is relatively close to here.
Yeah, no, I think of Arkansas, like places, because dude, that's why they're getting away with that shit still, because they're so fucking out of the way, bumfuck nowhere, that no one pays attention to it.
But then if you think about it, because I've seen where these things are, like I've driven out to the middle of fucking nowhere and I see these towns and like how many people there are, and it's like this really isn't a fucking big issue. Like yeah, they like. I don't even think in the middle of they would have to drive for fucking 15 minutes just to go see the closest people. You know what I mean? Like it's not really a fucking problem. It's like these small fucking pockets of idiots that you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's probably why it still exists there, because for generations those people have never left. Like there's no outside influence telling people like, hey man, this isn't cool anymore. Like,
because no one wants to go there unless you're hiking and then you're just driving through.
Right. So, yeah. So I forget how that bird walk happened, but segue.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah. With again, shout out to homegirl Taylor. That's right, with the hat she wears. So if
that's how it happened. I said she was wearing a fucking Klan's hood, and I met her. She's totally not.
No, that girl. She's gonna fucking wring my neck just for saying it.
Yeah, well, she doesn't. You don't have to tell her about this. I'm not gonna say anything to her.
No, I'm gonna play the podcast in the shop when you when you air it. So you basically hit us up on any sort of like digital format, whether that be social media or email, you're talking to her. She's the one that does all the posts and things like that.
Wait a second, I haven't been talking to you at all?
Wow. Yeah, her voice sounds very similar.
Yeah. We were DMing about this. I was like, I'm totally talking to Logan.
Yeah. No, if you somehow get access to the Violent Professional podcast Instagram page and DM me, you will get a response back from me.
Hell
That's
yeah.
for sure. So she does all of that with the exception of TikTok. I've got another person who does it. Shout out Jasmine. And so she handles all the TikTok stuff.
She's really good at it.
She's super good at it. So like the third video that we posted on TikTok. So I'll just break it down. So the first video we posted on TikTok, 45.3 thousand views. The second video we posted on TikTok, 35.3 thousand views. So 10,000 less than the first. The third video we posted on TikTok.
Hold on. I can't even believe that you got 43,000 on your first video. I get 100 maybe, and my dog is doing cool shit.
Dude, I love your TikTok, man. I think
it's TikTok, underrated. It really is underrated, dude.
Dude, your TikTok is 10 times better than mine. Like, easily. That TikTok makes me fucking laugh every time I look at it.
Did you see the one I posted last night when my dog lost her teeth?
No, I haven't seen that
Dude,
yet. I don't go on TikTok.
Bro, my dog out of nowhere lost her teeth, and she indicated that she had teeth the whole time, and I'm like, when the fuck did this happen? She's missing 3 fucking teeth. And I was like, what happened? And if you look at her gums, clear sign that they were pulled out forcibly, and she indicated that nothing happened. And I looked up on the internet, I'm like, how does this happen? And it's like, oh, they have gum disease and a fucking like dental infection or something like that. And I'm like, no, those fucking things were literally pulled out. And so I was like, how long has this been this way? I have videos of all of her teeth. And so I looked back where she's sleeping and all of her teeth are there. Like, and then I look like, and it literally within a week, she has lost 3 teeth. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, and the only thing I can think is this bitch, and she literally is a bitch. She's a female dog. She's a bitch. She will play tug of war like a maniac, and you cannot fucking win with her to such an extreme amount that I have played tug of war with her for an hour, and I fucking timed it to see when she gives up. She doesn't give up. She will fucking stay playing tug of war until the end of time, I'm convinced, because I got tired at an hour. I was literally eating breakfast with one hand and then holding a rope with her as she was trying to pull me off the fucking chair. And so the only thing I can think is that she played tug so hard that she lost her fucking teeth in the front.
She tugged her teeth right out.
Oh my God. And indicated nothing and today, like 3 days after I found out she has no teeth in the front, she fucking brings a rope over like, I'm ready to fucking go. And I play tug with her and she still beats me. I'm like, what the fuck?
She said, hey motherfucker, I got 20 more teeth left. Let's fucking rock.
They have 43 to be exactly, and she has 40 now.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like, did they make doggy dentures? Because she might need them. I'm going to bring her to the vet and they'll be like, she doesn't have gum disease or anything. She's super healthy. God damn.
Dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doggy dentures is probably $1 million idea that you need not air on this podcast. You need to go patent it right now.
That's all, dude. That's what I'm doing for humanity. I'm coming up with ridiculous ideas. You know, like the animal train. Like, come on. The animal train will be a thing where like it's like an adventure. Or like when I talked about I want to get an Airbnb where I make like I put like devices in walls and it's like a theme Airbnb where it's like it's a haunted house and it fucking like all of a sudden you're sleeping at 3 a.m. and the wall just goes boom. Doggy dentures is the same thing. I'm just giving ideas to humanity.
Dude, you know, somebody out there way more resourceful than us is going to make it work.
It's a great idea.
It's a fucking beautiful idea. But I promise you can look it up. Our first TikTok had 45.3 thousand views.
Okay.
So
I believe you. So when did you hit millions of views? And does it make sense? Does it make sense that you actually had millions of views?
Yeah. So I'm not being a dick here, but you literally cut me off right when I was reading the million view.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
So the first video 45.3K, right? Second video 35.3K. Third video we ever posted 3.3 million.
Where did you think it was going to go from there? Did you go, oh fuck, like, oh fuck?
No, honestly, I thought, what the fuck? Like, because this was like still somewhat COVID times. I'm like, are people really this like fucking bored and just out of work that they're like.
Because I'm not trying to be a dick or anything by saying this, but you're not doing anything really interesting.
No, it's nothing interesting.
Like how you build a holster is interesting. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, we're sucking down hot plastic.
You're doing the same fucking thing in all 3 videos, and you had 45, then 43, and then fucking millions. You know what I mean? And dude, I looked into it. When that happened and you told me, you're like, and I was like, I got to start TikTok. You know, when I did the llama video, and you're like, that's fucking awesome. Where it's like, wait,
dude, why that llama video doesn't have 20 million views?
Oh my god, it's so dope, dude.
Dude. Yeah, for everybody listening, go on to the Violent Professional fucking TikTok and watch that llama video.
Listen, I'm not shit talking your fucking company at all.
No,
but you post a video of you making fucking holsters, like just heat pressing fucking plastic, and I have a video where a llama gets a shower and stands on his hind foots, and it's the fucking rap music where it's like, it talks about getting fucking pussy, and no one likes it except for you. Just like, I'm honored. I'm honored. Don't get me wrong, but it should have had more views than your fucking holster video.
Mike, I'm telling you, man. Why that video doesn't have 20 million views, I'll never listen.
Some days, Logan, you know I make a shit ton of content, and like some days I'm like, this is a fucking banger, and I feel like there's somebody out there like fucking with me, like they are hacking my shit because I make content with like literal like passion and devotion. I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. And I send it to people. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, that is fucking awesome. And I'll get 10 views. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to shit on your TikTok. But it doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Listen, man, you're not shitting on anything. It makes zero fucking sense. I don't fucking so like here's the thing, because like
I'm fucking gonna die, dude. I am fucking anyway.
Okay, seriously, for everybody that may be listening to this, that llama shit you have to fucking check out. Like if you watch that and you don't find any sort of satisfaction or humor or joy in that, there's something wrong with
Here's the deal, Logan. When I put that fucking video out, the guy that made the song, and he's verified and he has millions of followers, he fucking reposted it. And he was like, this is fucking dope. 100 views. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And he had, on his profile, he had fucking like 50,000 views. And like, that's how crazy it is. That's why some days I'm like, is somebody hacking like to where they're trying to stifle my fucking views? Because I had the guy that made the fucking song love it, and he's like, this is fucking dope. Let me share it with all of my fucking millions of followers. And he had tons of fucking people look at it, and they're like, nah, fuck that, dude.
Dude.
Holy shit,
I told you from day one that you posted that was like the fucking coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
That was so fucking rad. It's a llama taking a fucking shower with a rap song.
Dude.
And not only that, the guy that made the fucking song with millions of followers, like, this is the dopest shit fucking ever.
No, you're underselling it, man. It's not a fucking llama taking a shower. It's a llama that loves the shower it's taking so much.
Oh, he's walking on his hind foot.
He walks on his fucking hind legs, man. He's fucking
they shower his dick.
Dude,
his llama
this llama is having the fucking time of its life that it's like, fuck this shit, I'm people walking right now. Dude, it's the coolest thing on fucking planet Earth. And yeah, I don't know why my content does better than that, but that's probably just a testament to how much fucking people suck. Is they would rather watch hot plastic get fucking sucked down around a mold than a fucking llama do its people dance getting its dick washed. So that's just a testament to how fucked up modern day.
No, it's not, dude.
It's
not that your content sucks. I actually I'm like, I have it notified. I have your account notified, and I like watch it. I'm like, what kind of? This is what I focus on with your shit. I'm like, what kind of pattern is he doing today? That's what I look at with your. It's not the heat press. I get it. After like the first fucking 20 videos, it's like, okay, you do different size things and you press it down over certain things. But what I look at with your content is, what's the cool pattern you have for this one? Like, I think one I saw recently that I reposted was a red kind of pattern, like black and red or something like that. Cause
the flannel?
No, it was a flannel. It was like some fucking like weird like carnage looking thing.
The dragon scale.
Yeah. And so what does it look like when you start? What's the color or the pattern? And then what's the final product? That's what I look at. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But listen. You made a llama holster that had way more views than my llama dancing like a human. What the fuck?
Dude, so like, I have to be perfectly honest here, because maybe you know what? No, actually, fuck that shit. I'm not overselling it, but I'll be perfectly honest. I have a thing for llamas. Llamas are like my favorite fucking animal on planet Earth. I just think they're the coolest people ever.
I want to dash your dreams here,
dude. Llamas
that video that I posted was a fucking alpaca.
Well, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it was an alpaca, but I wasn't going to put that out there. Yeah. But alpacas, see, to me, alpacas and llamas, the same fucking thing.
Oh,
I don't
it's the same fucking thing.
They're one's hairier, big fucking deal. Who cares? They're fucking four-legged, long-necked creatures that fucking spit at you.
That don't make any sense.
They're amazing.
No sense.
Dude, and you can come up with cool names for them. You know, like if I ever have the opportunity to get llamas, I'm gonna get two of them.
Why
One's gonna be two because one, so I can name one Osama bin Llama, and the other one I'm gonna name Barack Llama.
Okay, so you have just identified that you're a Democrat. Is that correct?
Well, no, but you know, Barack Obama and Osama bin Laden have this like feuding, like issue, and it, it's the fucking battle of the fucking llamas, man.
Hey, listen. I don't want to get off on this llama shit because we can. Obviously, we have talked for hours in the past about nonsense, but like, I want to talk.
Got off on llamas.
Listen. We got to talk about the important stuff, all right? We're literally on the second item of these fucking 10 things that we have to talk about, all right? One of which is very important that people, and I hope the camera and the fucking battery doesn't die. We're already in an hour.
Well, my girlfriend who also, did you work at the Bohemian Grove? Yeah, my girlfriend who also worked at the Bohemian Grove.
Well, bring her in the fucking conversation.
Yeah, but
this will be the first female we have on this fucking podcast.
But here's the problem with the Bohemian Grove though, is the women were only allowed to work in the kitchen. So.
That's who gives a fuck. She was still there.
No, I'm not making that up. That's seriously a thing. Like,
ask her if she wants to be on the episode.
Do you want to be on the podcast, babe? She says, if you want me to.
If you have inputs on the Bohemian Grove, this is going to be a popular episode. I can barely speak. I've drank so much.
Yeah, it was a wacky time for sure.
Okay, well let's get into it. I was going to talk about our love for cheese, Logan, but we could jump right into
let's cheese.
She just got back, right? She just got back from work.
She's trying to get settled in. So you and me will talk, and then we'll bring her down.
Okay. We started to. I just like doing my little fucking podcast thing. I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm eating cheese.
I'm probably gonna eat cheese after this. I'll just be honest.
I know you're gonna eat cheese,
dude.
You said I wake up in the morning and there's a fucking 5-pound block of cheese with teeth marks in it, and I lost my shit.
That is a fact.
When I played that in the DMs, I lost my shit.
I have a real fucking problem. I don't look fat. Like, dude. I don't look fat, but somewhere in my head, I'm a fat fatty fat. I'm fat as fuck, dude. I eat like a fat person.
I'm imagining this fucking half-eaten block of cheese just sitting out in the open on your fucking kitchen counter with teeth marks in it.
I'm sitting there looking at this fucking brick of cheese that's just sitting there, arms crossed. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do it. And then I was like, well, let me get a little sniff of it, and then I fucking devour half of it because I'm a fucking addict. They don't talk. You know what? They talk about drugs and alcohol, and I may have an alcohol problem. But no one talks about the fucking detrimental effects of a good mild cheddar. Especially 5-pound brick. You can't not eat that when it's all sitting there all looking all fucking tempting.
Dude.
Let me tell you how I open this shit. I'm about to get real sexy for all the cheeseaholics out there. I take a knife, I put the brick flat so it looks like a giant cheese cock sitting on the fucking top of a table. I slice it in an X pattern so I can slowly undress it. Slowly remove its clothes. And then I bite the fuck out of it. Here's the fucking problem. Here's the fucking problem, dude. I don't drink that much. Like, there's a lot of people that think I drink a lot of fucking alcohol. I'm just like partying all the time, and I can't speak for those people. I know who they are, but I assume that people believe that I party. And I no matter how much I drink, I know that I'm doing these things, these dirty deeds, where I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm so fucking hungry. No matter how much beer I consume, even if it's 2 beers or fucking 20, I will venture to the fridge and I will look at everything and I'm like, yep, there's ketchup, there's mayonnaise, oh, there's some cheese. And I fucking go immediately to the cheese and I will take bites out of that shit. Like, not shredded cheese, because I really don't like shredded cheese. And the reason is, when they make shredded cheese in the fucking packet, they cover it in sawdust. That's not a fucking lie. That's literally what they do with fucking shredded cheese. Did you know that? I
love shredded cheese.
It's so easy. But the reason you feel that powder. That shit on
dude, quesadillas, man. Oh man, shredded cheese is the shit.
But do you feel the powder?
I mean, I don't care what I feel.
Do you feel the powder? You take out a pinch of shredded cheese. There's powder on it, correct?
I don't know. I'm in the kitchen. Let me get some shredded cheese. I'll tell you right now.
Feel the consistency. There's something on the outside.
All right, Mike. So we have some fine Kirkland signature.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
But this is shredded cheddar jack.
Okay, feel the fucking cheese. There's a little bit of something on the outside.
There's a finger in here. Should I be worried about that?
Yes. Yeah, that's the bigger problem. We should probably stop recording right now.
Yeah, we should worry about the finger. No, I think it's just the tip of
No, feel the fucking thing. There's something on the outside.
There's nothing on here.
Yeah, there's something. Bro. Anyway, the general consensus, or hold on.
There's nothing on this cheese, bro. It's just cheese.
No, there's fucking sawdust.
Mike, there's no sawdust on this cheese.
You're eating the cheese.
I'm eating it, and it's fucking delicious.
You're eating sawdust.
Nah, there's not, dude. This is fucking delicious. There ain't no sawdust on here.
Hey,
big one.
Hey, shut your fucking mouth. Hey, listen, most shredded cheese, the reason it doesn't stick together is because of sawdust. I'm not joking one bit. You can look it up. You can YouTube it.
Well, my favorite thing to do is to clump it together so it does stick, and then just shove the ball into my mouth.
If they did, well, maybe you have fancy shredded cheese and has no sawdust. Because if you had sawdust, you couldn't clump it together.
Like I told you, this is Kirkland signature shredded cheddar jack cheese. So it's a blend of mild cheddar and Monterey Jack. It's a good source of calcium. It's a good source of protein. It's gluten-free, and it's produced without artificial.
Of course, it's gluten-free. You don't have wheat in a fucking. You don't have wheat and cheese. I love that shit. And they fucking go, oh, it's gluten-free. It's like, yeah, it's milk. Why the fuck would it have fucking gluten in it? Gluten's fucking wheat.
What if
the only thing, you know what? Everything in the world is gluten-free. Everything. Everything except for fucking bread and pasta. Everything. And they're like, we're going to fucking put gluten-free on this package. Dumbass motherfuckers will buy it.
What?
This beer is gluten-free.
Actually, most beer does have some sort of wheat or barley or grain in it.
That's correct. I spoke too soon.
If you do have a gluten allergy, you want to drink cider.
That's correct.
Yeah, which I hate cider, and cider's gross. And if you drink cider, I don't want to talk to you. That's probably a different conversation for another time.
Okay. Well, let's.
But cheese, that cheese had no sawdust on it, and it was fucking delicious, and it was gluten free. So I'm
serious.
Really
you gotta look it up. Look up shredded cheese. There's fucking sawdust on it. Anyway, let's talk about some real shit. Why we're here? Why we're doing a podcast? And there's gonna be a bunch of people that like listen to this podcast because of this, because of the way I titled it. And they're going to want to know because of all the conspiracies, all of the crazy shit that happens at this place that everybody wants to know about. And I'm talking about motherfucking Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'll let you talk pretty much the whole time unless I have a question. You're going to talk about your whole experience because you were a security guard at Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, I was. So let's get into it. So a cursory search of google.com shows that there is sawdust in shredded cheese.
Yeah, exactly. You sawdust denier. But almost as bad as a 9/11 denier.
Why the fuck do I care, Mike? Because it tastes fucking delicious. There's fucking fiberglass in my goddamn Copenhagen, but I'll fucking pack my lip with that shit too. Why? Because it's fucking delicious and it makes me feel good. So fuck it.
It's sterile and I like the taste.
Dude, you could put sawdust in shredded cheese. I'm still going to make a quesadilla with it. And then with my new lactose intolerance, apparently, that I'm experiencing, I'm going to go have explosive diarrhea when I'm done.
I feel like you're trying to fucking get off the topic of Bohemian Grove.
So let's get into it. Okay, so so let's talk about the Bohemian Grove.
Oh, did you just release the Kraken?
The two ladies just released the Kraken.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Is your significant other going to talk about her time at the Bohemian Grove?
Yeah, I mean she can. I don't care.
Did she fuck? Did she fuck the evil God Moloch?
I mean, you have to. I mean, I did research on it beforehand. Did you sign an NDA when you were there?
I honestly have no idea.
I did research, and I actually found out that I did, but it was only good for 5 years.
She doesn't know because she was being groomed for Epstein Island.
Well, I mean, I was 16 years old, and it was like my second job ever, and it was the most paperwork I'd ever filled out in my entire life, and I never read a single word on any of those papers.
Yeah, she signed an NDA for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I did, and it probably was good for
Fuck it, whatever. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Bohemian Grove.
Okay, so the Bohemian Grove, and let me. I'm glad that we decided to talk about this because
me too.
It forced me to do a little bit more research, and that research kind of like, I don't know if like reinvigorated is the right word, but it like brought up a bunch of memories and stuff and kind of stirred up the brain. So, the Bohemian Grove is an asset of the Bohemian Club. Right. So
which I don't think people know about the Bohemian Club.
So I think the reason why the Bohemian Grove is so popular is because of that giant stone owl that's 40 feet tall.
Is it stone? Right? I thought they burned that shit.
No. The owl is made of stone.
Okay.
So at least, it's made of stone.
There is a wood one,
Yeah.
though.
No,
Okay,
They
let's
do burn.
let's go back.
At least as far as I know, but
Okay.
none of the staff ever get there.
She's got it. She's got to be by the microphone. She's gonna talk.
Yeah.
About it.
No, it's all good.
Let's talk about. Let's start back
The
to
staff
you.
does get there.
You got a job. How did you get a job working at Bohemian Grove?
I applied.
let's.
Yeah. So here's the deal.
How did you get to be on Bohemian Grove and talk about it?
Yeah. So here's the deal. So you have the Bohemian Club. And the Bohemian Club has a clubhouse. It's in the Union Square district of San Francisco, California. And that's according to the Wikipedia page, but that's actually confirmed. So their clubhouse is a 6-story tall, like brick building in San Francisco. And it's got all this kind of shit: dining rooms, meeting rooms, art galleries, bars, libraries, theaters. They have rooms for guests to stay. And that's a much more like exclusive environment. In order to get hired as an employee there, at least from my understanding, there's quite a bit of like due diligence, background checks, things that are involved there. The Bohemian Grove, and I'm just going to round up here. It's a 3,000 square acre property in a town called Monterey, which is in Sonoma County, California. And it's basically like the summer getaway for the members of the Bohemian Club.
Okay.
So it's not something that's occupied year round or anything like that. July they come out there for it's the Wikipedia will tell you 2 weeks. From my knowledge, if I remember, it's a 3-week encampment. But then they also in May, I believe, April or May, they do what's called the Spring Jinx, which is only like a week encampment. So basically what it is, again, it's a 3,000 square acre piece of property in the Redwoods in Sonoma County, California, for these exclusive people. And essentially they're the 1%. I mean, they're the world's elite. Women are not allowed to join the Bohemian Club, and they're also not allowed in the Bohemian Grove. As far as they can go in the Bohemian Grove is, I call it the mess hall, but it's, the kitchen where they eat, which is within like the first, I don't know, half mile of the main gate. There's a lot more property outside of that where women are not allowed. So my role, my role in the Bohemian Grove, I was not associated with the Bohemian Club in any way, shape, or form. But my role was, that of just a security guard. I think I got hired when I was 17 or 18 years old, worked till I was about 21, 22-ish. But it was basically to make sure that the property was secure, that people weren't sneaking on. I'm sure you understand all the conspiracy theories behind this.
Yes.
And because of that, every year there would be protests. There would be people that would show up, and they would protest outside the gates.
Just because they don't understand what's happening. They just have to know.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And there would be times that people would try and sneak on the property. I won't go into the technology that is there that alerts security to knowing that people are on the property.
Yeah.
Because they probably wouldn't appreciate that, but it's very hard to sneak on to those grounds.
Yeah.
If a bunny rabbit or a fucking deer came too close to the property line, especially during one of the encampments, whether it be the spring jinx or the summer encampment, you'd probably have 10 to 15 security guards and golf carts and shit there in about 30 seconds.
Did that ever happen?
Quite frequently, yeah. Well,
you had people try and get on there.
Yeah. So during the encampments, at least, people trying to sneak on, not really. Maybe like once in the many years that I worked there, but there would be several times where wildlife or something like that would, activate the systems they have in place, and yeah, you would see a full scale activation.
Okay.
But no. So they would hire the local sheriff's office to sit outside the front gate.
Yeah.
So most people kind of understood, like, they did a good job at letting it be known. If you try to get on this piece of property and you're not supposed to be here, you're not going to get very far, and you're going to go to jail.
There's a lot of space between where things happen and the outer perimeter. I sound fucking hammered right now. There's a lot of space from like the outer perimeter to where they're doing whatever the fuck they're doing. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'll say yeah. Again, I don't want to give away, like, I don't want to talk specifics about their actual security there, but yeah, it would be, it's been done before. People have snuck onto the property, but I would say probably 1 out of every 500 tries has been successful. It hasn't happened in a long time, to my knowledge. It would be very difficult for you to get on that property without being noticed.
Okay.
I mean, people, it's a very secure place. Obviously the money and the resources there. You're not just gonna walk onto the Bohemian Grove property.
Okay, so let's get into the real shit. What did you see while you were there? Because everybody knows about the fucking owl god Moloch. It's on the internet. You can find out. This is why when you told me that you were a security guard for it, I was like, what? They burn an effigy of an owl for the evil god Moloch. Or not evil, but the owl god Moloch. A lot of people think that they sacrifice children and drink their adrenochrome out on fucking, What did you see at Bohemian Grove, sir? What is the worst thing you saw?
Dudes peeing on trees.
No. We talked about something else.
Yeah, so you and I talked about this a little bit beforehand, but yeah, so let's address it. So I don't think I did a good job at explaining it beforehand, but for anyone that doesn't know about the Bohemian Club, again, males only. It's the world's,
it's a place where people wee on each other.
Yeah, well, it's the world's most elite. So you're talking about the 1%. So the Bohemian Grove, you're talking about a bunch of really rich white guys that are basically camping, in the woods in the summer for 3 weeks. I mean, if you can imagine, if you were a multi-billionaire, that was constantly day to day. I mean, imagine the schedule that comes with being a billionaire.
Yeah.
You're busy. And I don't mean to make that sound like a defense or anything, but billionaires are busy fucking people. So they get 3 weeks a year in the summer where they get to go to this beautiful, pristine hunk of forest in wine country and be alone. Their wives aren't there to bother them. Their mistresses aren't there to bother them. Their fucking assistants or whoever the fuck else. It's just them.
Dude, I'm just thinking about a bunch of dudes in the woods drinking wine.
Dude, it's dudes on vacation,
stroking
bro.
Dicks.
Dude, it's dudes on vacation, man.
Dudes on vacation. Don't make me play that song.
Dude, dudes on vacation. It's a dude celebration.
Yeah, that's a good, they're overestimating dudes on vacation, dude.
Dude, that's what it is. So
you got to celebrate those dudes. Dudes on vacation. It's a dude celebration.
it's a dudes on vacation. That's all it is.
That's like my number one video, and I had like, I want to thank Trump, President Trump, for accepting dudes on vacation as fucking his inauguration song, and everybody's like, no! All these fucking dirty ass liberals just like went on YouTube and were like, they typed in, I have to see what this motherfucker's doing. Trump, and then dudes on vacation came up, and it's in like the number one song, and they're like, no way! Trump and dudes on vacation, fuck! Like, they're just, it ruins their fucking day. Dude, I had like fucking so many comments on that video. It's like, you guys are out of your fucking mind. I just had a video of him clapping, and people like, he's horrible, he's a Nazi! Like, fucking... Dudes on vacation was way good until you started talking about Trump.
So, let me poorly segue back into the Bohemian,
Yes.
the Bohemian Grove.
Yes.
We
got to get into the part where dudes suck dicks. Like, that's what... we got to talk about that. Anyway.
Dude, listen, man. I know you wanted me to say it.
You're covering up. It
listen.
is a true conspiracy. They drink babies' blood.
God damn it, Mike. Listen.
They drink babies' blood underneath the owl statue.
You know what? Here's the deal, man. You wanted me to work this organically in because we already had this conversation, so here it is. I never saw at the Bohemian Grove in my 4 years or however the fuck long I worked there, I never saw George Bush jack himself off with another guy's mouth.
But you wished you did.
I mean,
You wished you did, Logan. That's what inspired you to make fucking holsters. You're like, God, I so wish that I could have saw George Bush cock holster some dude that I made real holsters for people. That's what you did. That's what inspired Ping Pong Tactical.
You know, this is really don't associate my fucking brand with this.
Hey,
you fucking shitbag. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? It's how I fucking make a living, you piece of shit.
Hey, you're on the episode. I don't know what to tell you.
Jesus Christ. You know what? Nothing's happening at the Bohemian Grove. They're very fine men. Everything's great.
You knew what this was. You knew what
Let's
it
go
was
back
from
to
the
talking
beginning.
about Instagram.
I have Bill Cosby on this list, by the way, so continue on.
Well, you know what? Nothing is freer, right?
Nothing is freer on a fucking 4th of July weekend than Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Let me tell you about the Jello pudding pop. All right, continue on. You never saw anybody jerk off underneath a Moloch onto a baby that was being sacrificed. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Then why the fuck are we here? I was hoping you were going to tell me.
Man.
I thought you were going to tell me all about how fucking Bill Cosby jerked off onto a fucking baby while it was being stabbed in the heart. And you fucking wrecked this whole episode. It's all your fault.
All right, man. So here's the deal. So I don't want to say this because this isn't me. This
you
is
obviously want to say this.
No, but well, god damn it, man. So here's the thing. There's
always a fucking thing. Continue.
Yeah, this is the fucking thing. And this has nothing to do with me. This is honestly what I witnessed at the Bohemian Grove. I never saw anybody at the Bohemian Grove, guest or employee for that matter, with the skin pigmentation of Bill Cosby. So I don't think he's a member.
Okay, so it's a white, rich white
Male.
the evilest of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
so here's the thing that you and I talked about a little bit, and why I think a lot of listeners are going to be disappointed.
I'm disappointed thoroughly. I thought you were going to talk about babies getting
Yeah, right, and that's
owl, like a literal owl was going to sacrifice a baby. That's what I was like,
and right, and
it's all Hillary Clinton's fault.
It possibly could be, but so here's the thing: this camp, this event that goes on every year, this property, it's literally just a bunch of, I don't want to say old, but I'd say middle-aged to old, rich white men. They're getting drunk, smoking cigars, and peeing on trees for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And there is a litany of events and speakers. I think one of the years I was there, the director of NASA came and did a presentation. I mean, there's some like heavy, next level shit that goes on there, but it's nothing that is like conspiracy theory related. The people that attend, the Bohemian Grove and that are members of the Bohemian Club definitely influence and change the world. They do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We are talking about the world's elite, 100%. But at this specific location and this event, 3 weeks a year, all they're doing is getting drunk and fucking blowing off steam, because the other 11 months of the year, they're fucking working their asses off being CEOs and whatever the fuck else. I mean, they're not sacrificing babies. I've seen the owl. It is impressive. It's huge. It's tall. But I'll tell you what, at night, the place looks like Disneyland. It's all twinkle lit. It's all shit. I've driven down River Road all the way to the river, to the guard shack at the end. It's beautiful. All the camps are all, it's just not what it's made out to be. Yes, sketchy shit could be going on behind the scenes, but that's because you have very influential, wealthy people communicating with each other. I don't think it's directly related to the Bohemian Grove. If I were to get 10 of the top 10 world's richest men together in my living room, some sketchy shit would probably fucking happen. But that's just because you're getting really influential, really rich people together that can actually make moves and fucking change things.
Okay.
These guys, literally, what I saw, like day to day, if I worked day shift, literally what I would see if I drove from the front entrance down River Road all the way to the back of the property, what I would see is a bunch of dudes smoking cigars and peeing on trees. And the reason why I keep bringing up the peeing on trees is we literally had to put signs on trees that told the guys not to pee on them.
Well, where are they going to pee?
But that's the part of it, dude. It was okay to pee on trees. It just wasn't okay to pee on those trees. So, like, seriously, you would be driving your golf cart down River Road and you'd see a guy just, like, turn around onto a tree and pull his dick out and start peeing. But as long as it was a tree that said, like, no peeing, it was fine.
It just sounds like a normal dude weekend.
Dude, it's dudes on vacation, man. Like,
dude celebration.
It's a dude celebration. Like, yes, there is a lot of shit that goes on there, and like I told you, I'm sure a lot of the information is compartmentalized. So I probably don't have all the answers for you, but
they're doing cool shit with dudes on vacation.
They are, 100% are. And I mean, and there's a lot more I could tell you about. It's probably better if you have like some questions, because I don't really know the format in which you want me to disseminate all this information.
Listen, on an unending timeline, eventually, dudes together will start turning gay. Like, and how much, and I'm just thinking about a bunch of dudes piled up for fucking a month. How much gay porn have you seen at Bohemian Grove? With dudes sucking dicks, dudes chugging butts. How much gay porn have you seen?
I mean, for those of us that were tasked with...
Wait. I was just joking. Now you actually were like, well, wait a second. All right, continue on.
For those of us that were tasked with cleaning out camps and stuff, yeah, they leave a lot of garbage and stuff behind, things that weren't burned in the campfires. You know, there's definitely literature and media that exists along the lines of what you're talking about.
Dudes on vacation, bro.
But
you don't talk about dudes on vacation.
But did I ever see a fucking dude blowing another dude? Fuck no, and it didn't happen. Dude, you were talking about guys that have bank accounts like minimum 8 figures.
Well, why wouldn't you be gay at that point? You're just like, you just want to bust nuts no matter what.
And it could be true. And I'm not dispelling that. I'm just saying that I never saw. I'm not, when I work graveyard and I'm driving down River Road in my golf cart to go relieve the guy out at the river gate at 2:30 in the morning, I didn't see some dude getting his cock fucking handled by some guy behind a redwood tree. They're probably doing that shit in their cabins.
So what you're saying is rich people turn gay.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just
in their
saying,
cabins.
I mean, potentially. What do you do in your cabin, Mike?
Oh, with my meager existence, I definitely don't turn gay. But I could imagine if I had millions of dollars, I'm like, well, I fucked all of the bitches in existence. I might as well try a dude's butt.
You know
what I mean?
I do know what you mean, and that's why I'm trying so hard to become a billionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think this podcast has been anticlimactic. I think people are going to tune in just to be like, oh, this guy's secret Bohemian Grove knowledge, and they're like, wait, what? They don't fucking eat a baby?
I think probably it would behoove you to do a follow-up podcast to this, because we spent about an hour talking about other shit. There's a lot of stuff I could get into here.
Well, get into it.
Well,
get into it.
I mean, yeah, okay, we're almost
time.
At the 2-hour mark here. Well, so that's the thing though, is like there's got to be a structure here. There's got to be
there doesn't. There absolutely. Tell me, you have something you want to say.
I mean, I've basically just kind of like giving you the rough run through, but there's a lot more specifics and things. But I mean, that's kind of why I'm like, where's your Q&A at here? I don't know how. I
don't even know what to ask you in terms of this.
Okay, so you want to know about the owl.
I want whatever knowledge you have.
So the owl's a 40-foot fucking tall stone owl. Maybe it's less than 40 feet. Someone's gonna go debunk me on fucking Wikipedia or some shit. But from the way I remember, it's 40 feet. Fucking sits in an amphitheater. There's a pond next to it. They don't fucking light babies on fire and eat them and shit. But yes, there is a ceremony that they do. It's sometime within the first week, I think, and they fucking do a bunch of shit. But they're not eating babies. I mean, what the fuck, right? But the owl is there.
Imagine if they were eating babies. That place would be shut down real quick.
But here's the thing. if they were eating babies, they would be hiring people like you.
What?
And not.
Don't throw me in this fucking there.
Well, no,
Anyway.
well, no, check, but I won't throw you into it. But given your background and your work experience in life, they would hire people like you, and not people like me.
Instead of 17-year-old kids.
Right. Right. Exactly. They would hire fucking dudes who did some banging in their time and fucking know how to keep secrets and do shit.
Sure.
So knowing what I know now in my life experience, there's no way, if they were committing the acts that people have accused them of, there is no way they would have hired the workforce that they hired. There's just no way.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like, eating babies may sound cool, but they're just not doing it.
Eating babies is cool. Anyway, Logan, where can people find you on fucking social media? Tell the people.
You can't find me anywhere on social media.
You're not doing it. Well, your fucking stuff.
That's what I was going to say. Is you can't find me anywhere on social media, but you can find my lovely businesses. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Ping Pong Tactical. And I'll just plug the other one because we're here. If you want to get some awesome firearms training and some good education and knowledge in that field, you can look up on Instagram and Facebook. We're not on TikTok yet. Core Concepts Official. Again, that's at Core Concepts. I believe it's _official. Yeah, or we're at coreconceptsus.com. But just send me an email. Info at pingpongtactical.com. You'll get Taylor. Let her know you're trying to get a hold of Logan, and I'll get you taken care of. It's too easy.
Thank you for coming on the episode, bro. Not literally coming on the episode, but you know what I mean. I appreciate you finally getting on an episode. I'm drunk. Getting on an episode. We have so many conversations that I love, and we talk for hours. And every single time, how many times have you heard me say, that's a whole episode like we could have done? Yeah.
Well, I hope the people love it as much as you and I do, and if they do, we need to do a Bohemian Grove specific episode.
We should raid them.
Well, we covered
we raid the Bohemian Grove and just start jerking off on an owl.
You're not gonna get in, is what I'm saying.
Like an actual owl. They fuck the security. They're not gonna stop us if we jerk off on an owl.
I think what you're talking about, Mike,
they would roll up and be like, "What the fuck?" And the owl's like, "Ho, ho!" And we're like, "There's a circle of dudes just jerking off on an owl." Like, "Ho, ho, ho!"
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of your asshole? And George Bush is like, 20.
What are you saying, Laura?
Anyway, we'll see you next time on the next episode of the Violent Professional Podcast, unless they shut us down. Woo! Any last words, bro?
No, man. Just if your listeners ever want to truly learn about the Bohemian Grove, let's do it again, because I told you about 5%, but they learned a lot more.
Wow, you fucking held back fucking 80. What is the 95%? Math.
Well, we spent an hour and a half talking about other shit. So.
Oh yeah, cheese and important stuff like cheese
and social media. So
God.
They know my views. They know my politic now. But we'll we'll entice them with this episode, and then we'll get them to come back with the next one, and we'll really break down the Grove because there's some cool shit. And this one will kind of be the meter for if I get sued or not. So
hopefully, it's in person.
This
is all I have. This is all I have. I got to do phone calls and shit because none of you are here.
Well, if we we'll let it get released. I'll see if I hear anything from the lawyers over there, and if not, we'll hop on a plane down to Arkansas.
You're not gonna hear anything.
Yeah, probably not. But it adds to the mystery, man. People want to think that I'm gonna get in trouble. Trying to help,
totally.
Trying to help your podcast out. But when that doesn't happen, yeah, man, let's fly down to Arkansas and let's record some shit.
Hell yeah. All right, thank you, kids, for checking out this episode of the Violent Professional Podcast. We'll see you fucking next time.